I had one such experience with a registered letter. I had one problem that was persisting for 2-3 years, and when I asked Swami repeatedly about it, he will just pass it away, he will just joke about it, or he won't respond to it. One day one of my seniors, he told me, "Hey Subramaniam, you are not serious about it, that's why Swami is also not serious about it. Send a registered letter, take it from me that Swami is telling you. Send a registered letter tomorrow morning." This happened in the one evening. Tomorrow morning, you send a registered letter to Swami, see what happens. So accepting his word as Swami's prompting, next morning I wrote a letter, I sent it. I personally went to the post office in Kadagodi, I was in Vrindavan that time. I sent it, and it was known that if you send the letter by 9 o'clock, it will reach by first post, and Swami will read it by about 10:30, and it was quite likely that Swami will respond in the evening when we go inside try. When I was giving the letter, see that's a monkey mind. I knew this problem was persisting, I knew for some reason Swami is not solving it. In fact, it took another 2.5 years for it to get solved. So when I was giving the letter, when the clerk was filling up the receipt, I prayed, Swami, I very sincerely prayed, Swami, it doesn't matter if you don't respond to the prayer. If my prayer is not answered, but at least respond to this letter. Give me a response, clear response that you have read this letter. That's a monkey mind, my mind worked like that, and I prayed like that. Evening came, we were sitting inside Trai, and Swami's way of handling things is, in trying to answer one prayer or in trying to fulfill one event, he may tie up others. That means by one single gesture, he may satisfy 2-3 people. So what happened was like this. There is one devotee, she is a lady who was the director of collegiate education of Karnataka. She had a habit of coming in the evening somehow, finish her office work by 5 o'clock, rush to Trai by about 5:30 from Bangalore city. That day she was late, and she was so close to Swami, so free with Swami, that she was sort of sharing all her problems. Swami, what can I do? There are a lot of letters to be answered. Even though I have 2 secretaries, they were very slow and I couldn't finish. And Swami interrupted her. What? You have 2 secretaries. Why do you need even 1 secretary? I don't have even 1 secretary. Why does somebody require secretary? Because they have secrets, they need a secretary. He made a joke like that. Then he said, I don't have a single secretary, yet I get about 400 letters every day. I read all of them and I know what is there. Subramaniam, see how we linked 2 events. He called, I was sitting right at the back, I stood up. It was such a beautiful thing. He answered my prayer in linking with this incident, he answered my prayer. He said, what are you? Swami, lecturer. Which subject? Mathematics. Oh, ladies subject. That was his standard joke. Then he said, what have you written you sent a register letter today? Yes, Swami. In that I wrote just 4 sentences about myself and about my father who was working honorably, and my problem, the next 2 lines, and last lines, not even just ending, not asking Swami to solve the problem. I didn't ask. So those 4 sentences I repeated. My only response was, yes Swami, yes Swami, yes Swami. That's all. He just virtually read out those 4 sentences. So that was a way of communicating with Swami, and how the register letter worked for me.
इतनी लंबी सेवा पहले हमें कभी नहीं मिली।
पहली बार ऐसा लग रहा है कि भगवान ने स्वीकार कर दी सेवा, मेरा जीवन सार्थक हो गया।
हमको स्वामी का पास है, किसी का जरूरत नहीं पड़ रहा है। যেটাই হোক বাবার ওখানে আমরা যাবই, এতটুকু বিশ্বাস যে আমরা এখানে এসে যাওয়ার পরে সবকিছু করুণা শেষ হয়ে যাবে।
सवेरे 5:30 से ड्यूटी पर आता हूँ और रात को लगभग 9 बजे तक कंटिन्यूस सेवा में रहता हूँ।
भगवान जहाँ है वहाँ पे काय का डर, क्योंकि साक्षात शिव भगवान तो स्वयं खाना हान पीने वाले हैं, तो काय का ही डर।
आज हम लोग कोरोना की वजह से यहाँ पे फंसे हुए हैं, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं बाबा हम लोगों को यहाँ पे प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि बाहर में लोग को खाना नहीं मिल रहा है, लोग बहुत मुश्किलों में हैं। लेकिन हम तो यहाँ धन्यवाद है बाबा का कि हमें यहाँ कोई चीज़ का चिंता नहीं है।
हम खुशी से, जो हम दार्जिलिंग से 11 जन आया, लड़का 4 है और लड़की 7 है, तो हम शाम को एक बार मिल के बात करता है तो उस टाइम लगता है कि सभी खुशी है, कोई दुखी नहीं है, बोलता है और हो ऐसे लगता है।
क्योंकि मैं सदा 15 दिन की सेवा करना चाहती थी। मैं भगवान से मन के अंदर ही मन में भगवान से प्रार्थना करती थी, अड़सती थी कि भगवान मेरी सेवा में कमी मत रखना, मुझे अपने चरणों में लगाई रखना। और अब 15 मार्च से लगातार हमारी सेवा जो चल रही है।
अच्छा लग रहा है सेवा करके। और पहले तो हम लोग सिर्फ 8 दिन के लिए आते थे, लेकिन अभी कभी सोचते थे कि 8 दिन से ज़्यादा मिले, लेकिन इस बार स्वामी ने ऐसा चांस दिया है कि बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है और सेवा करने में हम लोग को बहुत ही आनंद आ रहा है।
लोग कितने बार आते हैं फिर भी उन्हें मंदिर में समाधि के पास सेवा नहीं मिल पाते हैं। हमारे फैमिली से बहुत लोग आए लेकिन उन्हें वहाँ नहीं मिला। मेरे को बाबा के पास समाधि के पास में सेवा मिला। और बहुत लोगों ने बार बार बोले कि यहाँ के लीडर लोग कि 8 दिन के बाद चेंज हो जाना है, लेकिन बाबा का कृपा हर 8 दिन में चेंज होने की बात आती है। फिर भी आज हम 1.5 महीने हमारे हो गए, हम आज भी बाबा के पास ही सेवा कर रहे हैं।
भगवान की ओर से समय समय पर साई उपहार मिल रहे हैं।
मैं ये साड़ी पहनी हूँ, स्वामी का दिया हुआ है, स्वामी ने साड़ी दिया है और 2 किट भी मिला है हम लोगों को। ये किट 1 महीना पहले मिला है। एक साबुन है कपड़ा धोने का, एक सोप है आपका नहाने का, और 3 शैम्पू और एक कोलगेट और एक वो आप तेल, वो 1 महीना पहले मिला था। फिर कल हम लोग को फिर किट मिला है। तो हम लोग को किसी चीज़ की असुविधा नहीं है, नहीं खाने की, नहीं पीने की, नहीं रहने की।
আমরা এখানে আছি, কোনো কিছুরই আমাদের অভাব নেই বলতে গেলে। আমাদের খাওয়া দাওয়া 4 টাইম, বাড়িতে যতটুকু না হচ্ছে এখানে সব কিছু পুরা হচ্ছে। বাবা সার্ফ সাবান তেল শ্যাম্পু সব কিছুর থেকে পুরা করছে, এমনকি কাপড় জামা সবাইকে দিচ্ছে, কোনো কিছু অসুবিধা নেই।
আমি এখানে এসে যথেষ্ট সব দিকে বাবার ডাক পেয়েছি এবং আমি তার সেবা করতে পেরে আমার নিজেকে খুব ধন্য মনে হচ্ছে।
इसमें मैं कहीं भी अभी ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि जितना सेवा का अवसर मिले सबको करना चाहिए। स्वामी ने दिया है अपन को सौभाग्य, तो उसका अधिक से अधिक लाभ लेना चाहिए।
আমাদের বাড়ির লোক এখানে আমি সেবা করছি, বাড়ির লোক ওখানে সবাই আসে। আমার হাজবেন্ড যে আছে ওখানে গরিব মানুষদের সেবা করছে, প্রতিদিন ওখানে খাবার বানিয়ে বানিয়ে দিচ্ছে, বলছে তুমি এখানে বাবার সেবা করো, আমি এখানে আশেপাশে পাড়া প্রতিবেশীর সেবা করি। বাবা আমাদের এত যে সুযোগ দিচ্ছে এখানে থাকার, আমাদের ডবল প্রমোশন।
సేవయందు పరులకు గావించుకునేటువంటి ఒక ఉపకారం కంటే తనకు తాను అధికంగా ఉపకారాన్ని పొందుతున్నాడు.
In this favor, rather than the good that you do to others, you should understand that you are doing good to yourself.
అజ్ఞాని అయినటువంటి వ్యక్తి నేను ఎవరికో ఉపకారం చేస్తున్నానని భావిస్తున్నాడు. కాదు కాదు, ఇతరులకు చేసేటువంటి ఉపకారం కంటే తనకే అధికమైనటువంటి ఉపకారం జరుగుతూ ఉంటుండాలి.
The ignorant one believes that he is benefiting somebody other than himself, but no, he is benefiting himself.
పుచ్చుకోవటమే కాకుండా ఇచ్చుకోవటం కూడాను మనము అభివృద్ధి పరచుకోవాలి.
In the Sevadal organization, in addition to giving, you should also know how to receive and
సేవను ఇచ్చుకోవాలి, ప్రేమను పుచ్చుకోవాలి.
like you must give seva, in turn receive prema or love.
కనుక సేవ అనేటువంటిది ఇది 1-way ట్రాఫిక్ కాదనేటువంటి సత్యాన్ని గుర్తించాలి.
So this seva is not a one-way traffic. Understand this.
కనుక మనము పుచ్చుకోవాల్సింది ప్రేమను మాత్రమే కానీ పదార్థాలు కాదు.
So what you must receive is love, not material things.
आगे भी हम लोग सेवा करते रहेंगे, जितना दिन तक लॉकडाउन नहीं खुलता उतना दिन तक रहेंगे, कोई असुविधा हम लोगों को नहीं है।
मैं प्रार्थना करूंगा समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु।
और मैं सभी से यही कहूँगी कि भगवान के आगे प्रेयर करें कि हमको ये हमेशा ही ये सेवा करने का यहाँ पर अवसर दिया जाए।
स्वामी का सेवादार हूँ, ऐसे ही हमारा जीवन रहे। जय साई राम।
साई राम।
साई राम।
ओम साई राम।
ओम श्री साई
साई राम। Jai Sai Ram. So, a warm and loving welcome to all of you who are joining our online satsang and devotional program. We are very happy you are here, and we'd like to take a moment to ask Swami, who is present with all of us, to awaken within us purity, unity, and divinity. Jai Sai Ram. A couple of announcements before we jump into our devotional program today, as usual. First of all, would just like to go ahead and highlight next week's program as well. And all through this season, we're in this spirit of Christmas, which is going on. You don't have to be a Christian to appreciate the spirit of Christmas. It's certainly a very loving time, always celebrated very much in Prashanti by Swami, and something that we can all appreciate in this culture. We're going to add some fun stuff next week. There'll be some singing and SSE kids and dancing and some surprises and different things. Please do tune in next week on the 27th as well for our special season of Christmas program, which will be coming up. Also wanted to take a moment to recognize, of course, Hanukkah. And that's always something we should have some additions for that as well next week. And Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa to anyone that's, if there's anyone that celebrates Kwanzaa as well. Wanted to mention that, the spirit of both the video we just saw and also this season is one of doing service and giving. And just yesterday, our service team, always active, delivered, as usual, each year in the cold weather months, the hats, the gloves, and the socks to the men's shelter, and possibly multiple different shelters, actually. This year, we've had some limitations in our access to the shelters, but they made special exception for our group, saying, Sai Baba's bringing, we will definitely accommodate. And we were able to give as we do each year. So that was a blessing, and all very happy. And thank you so much to all those who participated in this service. Anyone, the spirit of service should always be there. And I know we're in challenging times, but feel free to reach out to the service coordinators, any of the officers, Ravi, myself, of course, Satish. We're always happy to point you in directions of what opportunities there are at the moment if you'd like to get involved. Would also like to go ahead and highlight that the regional, speaking of officers, the regional team, along with a select group from Atlanta, have been working on selecting the officers that will be, serving going forward. Those should be finalized soon. I believe they are working on that. It should not be too long away. And we will have more of an idea of who may continue in the officer roles and any new additions if there are. We are all awaiting those decisions. We don't have that information yet, but we will get it to you as soon as we know. And a quick note also, of course, be aware that at 6 o'clock today, the region will, of course, be putting on their devotional program. As always, please do tune in and enjoy all the efforts they put forward. And I think some of the folks from our center maybe have highlighted bhajans this week. And one more final announcement before we jump in and dive into our devotional program for today, which looks quite beautiful. This last week, there was a general assembly of all the officers in the SSIO. I say all of them. They were all invited from the different nations. It was a general assembly of nations. And due to the 95 stories primarily that our center so lovingly put forward this year as an offering to Sai for his 95th birthday, I was given an opportunity to address that assembly, and just wanted to convey that all of you who have shared and all of you that have supported the program or have been part of the team that put it together, the program has been taken as from the highest levels of our organization as an example of the way to do things for the world and to inspire many different countries and many different centers around the world to get their stories, share their stories, capture these treasures of Swami for all time, not just for this generation, but who knows how long these could be valuable. So once again, wanted to give a heartfelt thanks to all of those that shared. It's your love for Sai. I mean, it's your complete devotion and love that came through in these stories that have inspired people all around the world. And thank you so much. And quickly, the team, Darshana, Shanti, my father, Balaji, both Samir and Neha were also quite helpful. All of you, thank you so much for your efforts. And I know that Swami must be pleased. He is been so well represented, in my opinion, by all of these stories and shown the love that we have in Atlanta. Let us always be humble, but also continue to strive to give our love to Swami in the absolute best way we can. So with that, we'll jump into today's program. And I thank you so much once again for all of you being here with us. It is a beautiful Sai family in Atlanta. And we all thank Swami, I know, for his many grace and blessings that he bestows upon us always. His many blessings and his grace, I should say. Jai Sai Ram to all of you. Keep well. And we look forward to seeing you next week. But please enjoy the devotional program now. Jai Sai Ram.
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्
बिस्मिल्लाह ar-Rahman ar-Rahim La ilaha illallah Allah Allah La ilaha illallah Allah Allah La ilaha illallah Allah Allah Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami.
साई पिता रे माता साई, साई पिता रे माता साई, दीन दयाला दाता साई, दीन दयाला दाता साई, साई पिता रे माता साई, साई गुरु साई सखा सहोदरा, साई गुरु साई सखा सहोदरा, साई सत्य शिव साई सुंदरा, साई सत्य शिव साई सुंदरा, वेद उपनिषद गीता वेद उपनिषद गीता दीन दयाला दाता साई, दीन दयाला दाता साई, साई पिता रे माता साई, दीन दयाला दाता साई, साई पिता रे माता साई गुरु साई सखा सहोदरा, साई सत्य शिव साई सुंदरा, वेद उपनिषद गीता दीन दयाला दाता साई, दीन दयाला दाता साई पिता Everyone is not doctor when I say Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Everyone is my brother when I say Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. No more difference between us when I say Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Sai Ram,
सत्य धर्म शांति प्रेम स्वरूपा प्रशांति निलया देवा सत्य धर्म शांति प्रेम स्वरूपा प्रशांति निलया देवा शिव शक्ति स्वरूपा बाबा दीन पालना बाबा शिव शक्ति स्वरूपा बाबा दीन पालना बाबा
न पुण्यम् न पापम् न सौख्यम् न दुःखम् न मन्त्रो न तीर्थम् न वेदायज्ञम् अहं भोजनं न भोजनं नैव भोज्यम् न सदानन्दरूपम् अद्वैतम् सदानन्दरूपम् अद्वैतम् सत्यं शिवं सुन्दरम् सदानन्दरूपं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थइष्टार्थमोक्षप्रदानं भावाविभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं भावाविभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीलाविभूतिं परमार्थइष्टार्थमोक्षप्रदानं भावाविभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं भावाविभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीलाविभूतिं परमार्थइष्टार्थमोक्षप्रदानं भावाविभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि